Hey, everybody. Hold on. There we go. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the program on this special edition, Memorial Day edition here. Yes, Sweet Sister Mercy bringing us a theme song there. Thank you for that. Rob Nadler mixing that one in his studio. Got to see him over the weekend. We'll talk about that as well. Let's see who's checking in today. Got a few of you coming in. I know it's going to be slim pickings here on a holiday, but we had so much to talk about, and we have a show scheduled for tomorrow. So we thought we'd throw it in here if we can. And let me say hi to a few people, then we'll get started with what we're going to do today on the program. So Devin is out there. How you doing, Devin? Thanks for joining me today from Springfest in the Berg. Carrie in the house. Carrie's got some great photos up if you want to check out his photography. Look at his name there and look up Carrie. And I say it wrong. It's Jodeci. Just spell it like it is on the screen right now. And photography, and get that looked at because he does some great photos out there also. Hi, Donald. Thank you for joining me today. And Devin says, drink some water. Do I need water? Do I sound raspy today? Maybe. I don't know. I might be. Hey, B-Man. How are you, my friend? John Bolio in the house. Good to have you with us. Yes. And I will tell you, John, I will not be saying orgy today. No, I won't. Devin Douglas, how are you? Yes, allergens are bad. Yeah, I'm scratchy, but that's all right. It's the way it works. Hi, Lindsay. We're going to talk about Lindsay Ellen there in just a few minutes on the program. Got to see her play over the weekend. And hello, Jim. Yeah, I'm doing it. Normally we don't do holidays, but I wanted to get some things in today. And let me say hi to a few more people, and then I'm going to tell you something here that's near and dear to my heart, and we want to talk about the real meaning of why we're here today, too. Rob Paisley in the house on the YouTube channel. Thank you. Jim Cuesta, the immortal Professor Jim Cuesta. Got to see him play last night. What an epic show we got to see last night with DV8, and we'll talk about that at the end of the program today. Hi, Mark. Thank you for joining me today. Simple Days in the house. Brian Middendorf, production for DV8. How are you doing, Brian? A great show last night, my friend. Amazing. Stephen Bell from Don't Tell Steve. Marie in the house. Thanks for being here, everybody. Hey, we got a few people checking in live on a holiday. That's all right. What's up, Dewey? It's slow. All right. Thank you. Yeah, we're gonna talk here for a little bit. Yeah, what a 4-letter word that is, B-Man. Jeez, it can really get you in trouble, can it? Devin, yes, thank you. All right, guys, let me get started. First and foremost, I want to say. And somebody posted on my page earlier about it, and really, we need to remember this is a somber holiday. This is a holiday where we memorialize, though, and keep the memories of those who have fought for our freedoms and died doing so. And I'm going to dedicate the show today. A friend of ours, Mr. John Burry, who I got a chance to meet when I was. Let me see if I can. This shirt I'm wearing represents the airborne fellas, and his son was airborne, and Mr. John Burry's son was KIA in Iraq, and I am so honored to know John and the legacy he keeps going for his son, and that is what Memorial Day is about. And John's been out today being honored and riding in parades and doing things to keep the memory of his son alive, who lost his life in action. And John, if you get on later, John watches the show. Sometimes we want to tell you we're thinking of you today, and all those who have family members they've lost to such tragic wars. And it's a shame that we have to have a Memorial Day like this, but those people are here in our hearts, and they're the people that keep us free and doing the things that we're allowed to do, just like this. So, again, a somber holiday. This is not a celebration of those in the military. This is not a celebration of those who have served, unless they have lost their lives in battle and in duty and with our military. So just keep that in mind today, as we all are having family things and doing cookouts and picnics and all those things that go on a long weekend. And just wanted you to hear that about our friend John's son, Eric. And I carry Eric's little trading card in my vehicle all the time, just to remind me of when things get really bad in life and things get crappy, you look at things like that and you realize you don't have it so bad. Mr. John Burry is a strong man to continue that legacy. So let's get started with what we do. And wow, what a weekend. All Around Town Radio, guys, your number one source for live local music, news, bands, venues, and more. Coming to you from the studio here in beautiful downtown Springboro, Ohio. And we appreciate you showing your support for local music. We appreciate your 2.6 thousand views on our show on Thursday. And Who's Playing Out, brought to you by Froggies in Monroe. We appreciate that. When it gets warm, the numbers go down a little bit. I don't get too hung up on it. We go from 4,000 sometimes to 2,500 back up. Just depends on how many of you share it. That's really how it works. So we appreciate that. Guys, if you're out there, make some comments. Let me know you're in the house today. And Pam, thank you for that. Yes, perfect. On June 1st. Awesome. Thank you for throwing that in there. Steve Stein, how are you? And yes, very true, Pam. So let's chat. We are on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all that stuff, as All Around Town Radio. If you want to check us out there, you can do so. If we're ever not on live on Facebook, we'll be on YouTube if something would happen here and we'd get the old 30-day suspension or whatever they give everybody, because it happens. Hello, Jim Jones. Thank you for being with us today. And I want to remind you guys, too, as musicians that are watching today, please, if you submit to the show for our Thursday list, please get it in by noon on Thursday so I can make sure it makes the list. That would be good. Hi, Eva. Thank you for joining us today. So I want to talk about a wonderful weekend of music that we had, as we are here not celebrating, but memorializing this day called Memorial Day. And want to make sure that we mention some things. I want to mention the staff at Heather's in Springboro, where I host a little fun game called Name That Tune on Wednesday night. And last Wednesday, we had 39 teams and over 350 players. And that is pretty rare for us in the early season before school gets out and all that stuff. So it's humming this year. We appreciate you all being there. This week will be no different. It's supposed to be 90 degrees and sunny. So if you're going, get your reservations in immediately. Get them in today or tomorrow morning so Heather can set the room and make sure we can accommodate everybody. And yes. And Devin said she was recouping this weekend, no music. Well, you saw plenty of music the weekend prior at Springfest, you did. Kara saw Miss Jackie at Froggies. Thank you. Throw it in there, guys, if you saw somebody play over the weekend. I saw Miss Jackie last night, actually. Hung out with her for a bit at front of stage as DV8 was rocking the house, and then she played the after party. We'll talk about it here at the end. Hello, Gary. Thanks for being here. Sorry you're working late hours, buddy, but it is that season, I know. So thank you to the folks at Heather's. Now let me go to the Thursday Bell and the Bear Jam, Karis's birthday, off the hook crazy party last Thursday down in Montgomery, Ohio. Tons of players. You've seen our pictures. They're posted on our page. I'm not going to dwell on the bell because we do all the time. But I will tell you that it was an epic celebration of Karis and all the fun that went on there. And the players at the Jam are just top shelf. The people that come in and play, and we got to see, I mean, my goodness, we got to see Brandy Evans come in, formerly known as Brandy Conroe. who had her vocal surgery and all that and sang for us there for the first time in a long time. Killed it. Her husband Mickey playing, doing great things on the stage. TJ, our friend, gosh, I can go on and on and on about those who were at the Bell and the Bear on Thursday. But if you haven't been there, you're missing out. If you've been there, as they say, if you know, you know. It's one of a kind. And happy birthday to my hostess with the mostest, Kara. She'll be joining me tomorrow on the show for some of that hot topic where we bring you joy and judgment. But thanks to the staff at the Bell, too. The staff at the Bell kicks butt. They really do. And CFG and the family was there. Right, Pete? No, Pete's out there, too. Pete, were you weren't there. Pete wasn't there. But CFG and the family was there. Had a great time. And John Barry's in the house, the mayor of Hamilton, as I like to refer to him. Pam saw a bad habit at Kramer's. Thank you for that. And Kent says, thanks for recommending Heather's. I'm glad you came down Saturday. We're going to recap Saturday in just a moment. So stick with us. And I've got a lot to talk about, so I've got to get cranking here, guys. If I miss your comments, keep them coming. We'd love to hear from you. Okay. Hi, Dirk Turner from Crying Out Loud. Thanks for joining me today on the program. Good to see you, my friend. So let me move from the Bell and the Bear Jam on Thursday to Friday night. Had dinner and a few adult beverages at Crooked Handle in Springboro, which is very close to the house here, and saw our friends from Truck. Now, Ty was off that night, who's normally the lead singer in Truck, and Nick Wheeler, who plays bass, was filling in as the lead singer portion. Now, Nick is normally the harmony guy, and I was joking with Nick on the break about how hard it must have been. He said, oh, my God. He said, you don't know, because he's used to singing the harmony part, so his brain's telling him to go into this harmony, but yet there wouldn't be any lead vocal then. So he had to kind of change roles that night. But we saw some epic things happen with Truck that evening at Crooked Handle. One being Doug Warner sang some lead, which who knew? Who knew Doug had such a great voice. He's ready to book solo gigs too, I think. Doug's amazing. Kenny Utley, amazing as well. And Nick did a great job with the vocals that night. And Truck's a fun band. If you've never seen them, they don't play a heavy schedule, but they play quite a bit, both north in Crooked Handle, Piqua, and they play down this way. And we missed Ty that night. He's always fun. But one thing I will say about Crooked Handle, the food was phenomenal. The food was great. Their beers are always good. Jason does a great job of brewing beer there and some great beers. But the food was amazing. It was really amazing. I'll tell you that. And so if you get to Crooked Handle location, especially in Springboro, they've expanded. It's got a lot more room inside, and it's really a cool place to go. So if you're out there, guys, say hi to us in the comments, if you will. And I'm going to take Devin's advice, take a little drink here because I'm starting to gravel out. Do you really want to know what that is? I might tell you later. I will. Dewey said he got to see Bad Habit at Kreimer's. Deviated Club Trio on Saturday. Man, I thought you might be there last night, Dewey. That was, you just don't even know what last night was. What do you hear about last night? It was absolutely amazing. Hi, Kenny. Yes, it was great to see you. Thanks for dropping in today. And let me chat about what we did after Crooked Handle. We had dinner, caught the early part of Truck's first set or so. And then we bugged over to the Phone Booth Lounge in Kettering, Ohio. And the Kettering phone booth had a group there called Ladder, L-A-T-T-E-R. You hear us mention them all the time in our Who's Playing Out segments. Quentin's on here quite a bit. And let me tell you about Ladder. This is a really great band. They are from North. Well, most of them are from North, like Salina area and that kind of thing. I'm going to tell you, when I say really great band, I'm going to say this is a fantastic band. These guys have got it down, and their musicianship is crazy good. Now, they've added Jay. Jay's from Cincinnati as the bassist, and he's wonderful as well. But what I really want to talk about with Ladder is the songs they play. And unfortunately, they were at the mercy of a holiday weekend and being a band that comes from the north to the south and not many people knowing their name and such, wasn't the biggest crowd I've ever seen at the phone booth. I'll say that. Good crowd when we got there, but it wasn't a late crowd. In fact, we stayed till the very end. Thank goodness we did. I think it was us and two or three other couples that were there watching Ladder play. And thank you, Mark, for that. I'll throw that up there. Thank you so much. So, guys, if you're out there, please make some comments. Let us know if you're in the house today. We'd love to hear from you on this Memorial Day edition here of All Around Town Radio. And again, remember what we said at the beginning of the show, guys. There's normally I wouldn't even do this on this day. We're just very busy with a lot of things this week. So we're throwing in comments about who we saw, but we're really here to remember those who gave their lives to protect us and give us the freedoms we have today, right here. So I want to talk about the songs that Ladder played. And I saw some old Bellbrook friends there. Tad, if you're out there, you'll remember some of these people. Yeah. Joyce was there. There was a whole bunch of people that were in your class, I think, Tad, and really some good folks. And we hung out a little bit and had some fun. Tom Sawyer. Now, that's a tough song. Tough song for the drummer. Tough song for the vocalist. And they nailed it. Rockin' America, Night Ranger. Quentin's lead solo was face melting good. The Van Halen medley they did. Now, mind you, when I've seen them before, I saw their first set. This was their second and third, so I got a chance to see a lot of their other music that I hadn't seen before. Did a Van Halen medley, kicking it off with Eruption. Again, Quentin just is a guitar beast. He really is. Amazing. And here I go again. I always joke, anybody that sings that one, the Whitesnake tune, if they can hit that high note at the end of that song, they're a quality singer. And yeah, they hit it. Always hit it. So Faith No More, who does that? Epic. Jackal, Down on Me. Inner Sandman. You got the Looks That Kill, Motley Crue. And they ended the night with an unbelievably good rendition of Home Sweet Home by Motley Crue. So, man, it's a great band. Ladder, go see them. They also play in a scaled down version, an acoustic version called Step Ladder, which I think is really fun. It's Latter. And they play up at Crooked Handle Piqua sometimes if you want to catch them there. I think they're playing there real soon. But those boys, they brought it. They brought it that night. Rob Jeremy on sound, who always does a great job, from Rob from Route 88. But his real purpose in life a lot of times is being a great sound engineer. And I want to thank the band for the hospitality, coming over and visiting with us and chatting with us. Great people. Really good time. I'm just going to say service at the phone booth was a little interesting. I'll just leave it. Smiles would be nice. I'll leave it at that. I'm going to leave that alone. But the band was fantastic. Yes. Really quality, good stuff. So let's see what else we've got. Make some comments, people. Liven me up here a little bit. We got to chat some more. We do. All right. I want to move then. That was our Friday night. I want to move to Saturday. Let's talk about Saturday for a minute. Hit up our friends at Heather's Cafe. You know, it's a misnomer when you hear cafe. If you've never been there, you think, oh, this is some little tiny place. Heather's patio holds about 400 people, folks. Comfortably too. It's big. It's covered with tents and some areas seating with tables with umbrellas and such. But we were there for Heather's and got to hear. I've been hearing about this band, and in fact, Lindsay had reached out to me at one point to send me some gigs they were doing. Lindsay Ellen and the Trackhounds, okay, and made up of Lindsay Ellen Carmack. And how did I never know that? That her dad, Jeff Carmack, who sang with the Vandells and such in his day, and I knew him from way back when at the bus stop in Dayton where I worked. Nice to see him. Hadn't seen him in years and years. So Lindsay on vocals. You got Brandon Tate and Tony Lay playing, I believe. Let me make sure I got that right. I think that's what I put down, but I want to make sure. Yes, I got it right. You may have seen like Tony Lay at Star City doing open mic nights and such, and Lindsay doing open mics there. Brandon Tate with Homegrown Band as well. They were very good. They had the crowd there, the crowd watching, having fun. Lindsay, you've got incredible vocals if you're watching. I thought her, her vocals were like butter, man. They were good and really, really good stuff. Again, holiday weekend, and you never know what you're going to get crowd wise. Heather's had a massive crowd on Friday night with Velvet Crush, and so Saturday night was a little bit slower, but I won't call it slow at all. I'll just say a little bit slower than a normal big party weekend that might be happening at Heather's. But Lindsay, Ellen, and the Trackhounds guys, follow them if you can. Like their page on Facebook. And Lindsay, yes, you're welcome because I thought your vocals were great. Lindsay is this little itty bitty thing up there on the stage. Uh, I mean, yeah, if I didn't know any better, I'd think she was like 15 and tiny. I know she's not 15, and she sings like she's been singing for 30 years. She comes from good genes on that, I will say. But Lindsay, you did a remarkable job. Thank you so much. And it was nice also to see that you took a little break occasionally. Tony would do some stuff, and that's always fun too. To give the singer a little bit of a vocal break sometimes, and do that. And it's really a cool place. Heather's is. If you've never been there, you sit out. It's nice. It's outdoors, but yet you're covered if there's rain, and you really have a wonderful time listening to live local music. So hit them up. That is Lindsay Ellen, Lindsey, and the Trackhounds. Follow them on the Book of Face, if you will, guys, and see where they're at, and go see them play sometime. A really quality group. Hope to get them on. Hope to get them on Wednesday with the band sometime and interview them and talk and find out about their history and such. We'll try to get them there. We're getting pretty booked up on these Wednesday with the band things. I've got a good one coming this week as well with an event going on in the Cincy area. So thank you, Lindsay, Ellen, and the Trackhounds, and really a wide variety of music too. I mean, I heard some new stuff, old stuff, new school independent country artists, which I really like. Morgan Wallen type music and that. So really, really some good stuff. So thank you, Lindsay, and thanks for being on here as well. I got to keep going though. I'm running out of time. Listen to me. I'm breathing hard. The allergies are kicking in today, and yes, here we go. So we hopped up the street after Lindsay, and I drug Heather and Jerry, Heather, the owner of Heather's, and Jerry up with me. We went up to Mr. Burroughs Tavern and took in the last set of the Michelle Robinson band. And we've talked about Michelle before. We've interviewed her. Michelle Robinson is just a professional entertainer. She's unbelievably good. They do have a new band member, and I kicked myself because I didn't get the band member's name. I reached out to a couple of them today to see if I could get it, and I didn't get here back. They're probably busy with family things, but certainly Michelle Robinson bringing her flair of, I would call it newer country, but good country music. It's not tractor rap or any of that I like to refer to it sometimes. It is good, and she's a great front person. Michelle is. Her band is good. Brian Gilliam on guitar, he's awesome, and really, the new addition of their new band member, he can sing, man. He's good. We liked him a lot, and that was just ending up the evening for the Harry Clevenger Foundation fundraiser there at Mr. Burroughs, and Marcy and Rick put this fundraiser on in memory of their nephew, Harry Clevenger, and they give away scholarships each year from the money raised from those events. So that was a good thing. And Kent said, Lindsay and the band, yeah, Kent, hop in there and make comments about him. He said, band sounded great at Heather's. And Kent came all the way up from the South to visit this neck of the woods, and he got the chance to be there and to stop into Mr. Burroughs Tavern that night. So thank you. And Lindsay says, check them out. Come out to Lucky Star for open mic nights, Wednesday, 6 to 10. Thank you. Thank you, Lindsay. You can throw that shameless plug in anytime. So thanks to Michelle Robinson, her band. They're always super people. And Michelle is one of those who's really an up-and-comer. She's playing a lot of big festivals, opening for nationals, and that kind of stuff. She's going to be playing before, gosh, who's she playing before? She's down at the Voice of America Big Music Fest this year, and yeah, it's Lainey Wilson. I think she's opening up before Lainey Wilson. So good stuff going on for the Michelle Robinson band out there. So check them out as well, peeps. All right, that was our Saturday. Now I've got to get into something I really want to talk about before we get out of here today. And that was yesterday's event at the Blue Note in Harrison, Ohio. Now that's a 40-minute drive for me, and I'll gladly do it any time that I can go see my friends from DV8. And when I say that, I truly mean it. When I say my friends, they are truly friends, and they're great people. Speaking of that, there's Dave Wade. Thank you. It was great to see you last night. And wonderful Kenny's throwing in who he got to see. And thank you. Kenny, I'll throw that in there as well. Thanks, Dave Wade. And Kenny was a busy man. Busy man. Elementary Eatery. Element Eatery. I've not been there. No. And Jerry, I just mentioned you, man. Where were you? But thanks for that, Kenny Patterson. I appreciate it. Let me talk about yesterday's party, 15th birthday party for the Cincinnati phenomenon called DV8. It's also our friend Glenn Drew's birthday, and he was celebrating, and he's the one who set us all up with front row seats and everything else. Thank you, Glenn. You're a remarkable man. Thank you for doing that. We appreciate you caring enough to bring us there and be a part of that. This night is one for the record books, people. And I don't normally say that a whole lot. And yes, Jerry's cleaning the pool. Thank you, pool boy. I appreciate that, pool boy. All right, let me talk about this. I got to get through this DV8 thing. You're going to want to hear this. And if you haven't seen our pictures yet, look at them. 1330 opened the show. And 1330, man, Steve Bishop, Rob Nadler and company, they are great performers and heavy rock. I mean, they're a little heavier on the rock side, but awesome. Really good opener, warmed the crowd up, had the crowd going. And 1330 has a great following. I mean, they play the Blue Note. They open at the Blue Note a lot. But really, really good stuff from them. And they're super guys. We got some pictures of them on our page as well. But if you haven't seen 1330 and you like a little heavier, edgy rock stuff, you might want to check it out. In fact, you do want to check it out. But I want to talk about what went on with DV8. First and foremost, Blue Note has put a new outside stage in that is unbelievably cool. I didn't know they had put the cover on it and done all the things they've done. It is a nice outdoor venue now. So this show was outside, part of it, 1330 on what they call the side stage now. And then DV8 hit the ground running. And we witnessed some amazing emotional moments that went on that night. I will tell you the return of Del McFarland, who's had to step back due to health issues. Del McFarland is a rock star. I'm just going to say that he is one of those guys who gets on stage and personifies rock star. He does. He is it. He did a remarkable job. But let me tell you, when the band started playing and everybody got into it and everybody was enjoying the songs of DV8, and they were going back in time to their very beginnings and playing some of the songs and invited some of their past band members up to play with them throughout the night and so on. There were some drunken moments with that we won't talk about. But certainly, Del McFarland, by far, should have and did steal the show because he returned to that stage. People love him. They love the chemistry between Melissa Singer-Reed and Del on stage. And Del got very emotional singing a couple songs, and the band got very emotional because this is kind of the end of an era for them, and it's tough. It's tough to lose somebody like that in your band who is such a pivotal part of what you do. And I will say that Del McFarland, well, when he sang Sounds of Silence, if there were a dry eye in the front of that room, some of the people in the back, they just don't pay attention. But the people up front, if there was a dry eye there, it would have surprised me because there wasn't one on stage. And even Lee Reed was trying to hide over there doing production back behind the rack. so nobody could see him bawling like a little baby. But I'm gonna call him out on it because it's not. There's no shame in no shame in showing a little bit of emotion, and that's what was going on there. And the love that band has for each other, the folks in the band, just crazy. And Todd Buck made his return that night as their sound engineer. Todd's been gone for a while, and since the beginning of the year. Todd is, well, let me say this. First of all, I always say Todd is one of those sound engineers who has superhuman hearing, can mix a band better than a majority of the sound engineers I've ever been around. He's top shelf stuff too. But talking to Doug Drew on one of the breaks, the drummer, he was telling me that the things that Todd does for the band, as well as being the sound engineer, like he said, Doug has shown me the right drum heads to use and how to tune them and how to place my mics for better sound. And this guy is unbelievably talented and a very humble, quiet guy, but just an amazing person. I had a great conversation with Todd last night. First time we've really had a chance to sit and talk. We sat at the same table. I watched him mix the band. This guy is not one of those sound men who are asleep at the wheel. He sits at that mixing console, or well, he's using a pad, but he's always fixing, tweaking, and making sure they sound like perfection. And if you've ever been to a DV8 show, you know that's true. Hello, Billy Sutherland from White Knuckle Weekend. Yeah, Dewey, I got to say, I teared up a bunch. It was wild. It was just so unbelievable. Tim says Dell's a rock star. He is, and really amazing stuff. But I want to give a big shout out to Todd Buck as well, because I'd be remiss if I didn't mention him and the entire DV8 production team. You know, Brian, Lee back there. I mean, they work really hard. It started to rain a little bit. Lee was right on getting things covered up and those kind of things in case it, really got heavy, and it didn't, thank goodness, and it didn't put any kind of dampening on a wonderful night at the Blue Note. And, the band members in there, Jim Cuesta on keyboards, Mike Tecalvi on guitar, Dave Wade on bass, Phil Gatto on lead guitar, and Doug Drew on drums. It's a powerhouse act. And they brought up Kathy Laverde to play with them. She played bass for a while. She played in that band for a while. Love Kathy. We talk about her a lot on the show, but Kathy did a wonderful job. And then the gentleman who's been fronting that, you may be familiar with, Mr. Aaron Thomas, who is with, he has an Iron Maiden tribute called Aces High that he's well known for. But Aaron Thomas is a beast. Vocally, he's different than Dell. I mean, when you go see their show with him, don't expect him to be Dell McFarland. He's going to be Aaron Thomas, and Aaron Thomas is fantastic. Just know that. And Melissa Singer Reed, if you've heard her vocals, it's vocal perfection. So they were on their game last night, and the songs they played were fantastic. The interaction they did with their fans was wonderful. They're great people, and their whole band camp. Everybody, the whether it be wives, girlfriends, crew, they're all super people, and they're fun to be around, and they make you walk away with a smile. And they did something last night, a presentation to Todd and to Dell on the stage, brought the entire family, DV8 family, up there with all the kids and all the family members. It was very touching, and Melissa did a great job getting through the words for that. I don't know if I could have done that, so she did a great job. And Kenny said Aaron kicks him out. Aaron's a beast. He really is. And he's a super good guy too. So he's going to fit in with that style of that band a lot. So Aaron Thomas singing some stuff with him as well. And he and Melissa played off each other very well. And yeah, you heard him sing Sister Christian Saturday with him. Awesome. And that band is so deep anyway. I mean, you got Dave Wade. And I'll tell a funny story for those of you that know Dave Wade before I go today, because when the band started playing, I happened to be over by the side bar there outside at the Blue Note talking to somebody, and this lady I didn't know was up in the back area, and I heard her scream, "Dave M. F. and Wade!" It's everywhere. It's everywhere. That's been his little tagline for a long time. Yes, it is. And hi, Mike Kuntz. Thanks for being here, buddy. Hey, I got to talk to you. We've got a show coming up. I want you to get on, Mike, if you can. Thanks, Scotty Long. So I got to chat with you about it. You'd fit right in on it with what we need in the world you work in. So I'm going to leave it at that and just say deviate, surrounded by 500 of their closest friends, probably, if not more. Everybody loved them. Everybody had a great night. We had a great night under the stars, listened to him. And then Miss Jackie ended it up inside in the pub. And if you don't know Miss Jackie, her energy is off the chain good. And we love her. And she popped out. I was taking some photos at the front of the stage when some things were going on at the end. And here's somebody tapped me on the shoulder. It was Miss Jackie. And it's always good to see her. She's fantastic. She's 4 months post having a child, and she's up there rocking it like a rock star as well. So hats off to her and Miss Jackie doing all her signature songs that everybody loves, including Killin' in the Name and those kind of things that she just rocks the house on. Blue Note had a great crowd, did a great job of handling things, and good support staff there, taking care of people, cleaning up, doing their thing. And of course, gosh, Marianne, Lori, everybody behind the bar, great people. And Doug, we'd be remiss if we didn't say Doug runs a nice establishment there. He brings some wonderful music to the area. And it's not that far, people. Just, get yourself a DD if you're going home. Don't be drinking and driving 40 minutes back to the Dayton area, but, enjoy it. The Blue Note. And you can hear Mike Kuntz doing the mix there quite often as well. And he does a phenomenal job. So Kenny said, love mixing for Miss Jackie last night. Yeah, they're a great band. Boy, they got energy, don't they, Kenny? I mean, they really have energy. So, guys, that really is going to wrap it up for us today on our weekend recap. Had a lot of things. We saw a lot of music this weekend. But again, want to remind you what this day is all about. And again, remind you, and it's a little pet peeve of mine, this is not Veterans Day. Okay, this is Memorial Day, where we memorialize those who have given their lives for the freedom of our country. And remember that if you can. And it's not Happy Memorial Day either. I mean, this is a somber holiday where we all get a day off on a Monday, of course, but we also all take the time to remember those and the families. If you weren't affected by it, someone near you has been affected by losing a service member. So keep that in mind. And every day we lose 27 or more service members to suicide. And that's just wrong. We need to take better care of our folks. We really do. Scotty, you missed a hell of a night last night. Probably one of the best ones I've seen in a long time. And you ran sound for Joe Jordan and Stone Mountain Mafia. There you go. That's good. Did you do it when they were playing on the flatbed? And thank you, Jerry Nimmersheim. I appreciate you, my friend. And guys, thanks so much for supporting what we do. I know it's a slow day. Some people are going to be watching this after we're live, so please comment. We'll make comments on your comments. And don't forget Tuesday tomorrow, live at 5 with Karis. It's Hot Topic Tuesday, where we spread joy and judgment. You want to join us for that? We'll post the topic tomorrow so you can see it. Wednesday with the band at noon. Tune into that one if you don't watch it at noon live. You can watch it anytime on All Around Town Radio via the Book of Face and also YouTube. Did you know that? We're on there. We have a YouTube channel called All Around Town. And we've got Instagram at All Around Town Radio as well. So thanks for watching today, everybody. Hope you had a good day with us. We're going to get on out of here now, and we'll see you tomorrow at 5 o'clock. I'm Scott Hall, your host. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.